Hi, it's Kamon Reynolds, and we have a special situation here. It took me like 3 times to say special right for some reason. Anyways, so this colony looked really good, produced over 1.5 boxes of honey last year. It requeened itself and did pretty well for a while, but it started dwindling throughout the year. And you know, we get busy with other colonies. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention, I guess, to it in the fall for whatever reason. And I don't know if I missed it, but it has a drone laying queen in there now. And I know she's young, but that doesn't always mean that she's good. And we're fixing to show you how I know. I was just going through this yard today and came across this. And we're fixing to do something about it too, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do to it, and also explain to you how you can prepare yourself for this. Alright, so there's not a ton of bees in here. I'd say once all the foragers are back from doing what they're doing, we're probably looking at about 4-ish frames of bees. Look at these cells right here. Let me make sure the queen's not on here. She is definitely laying drones. Can you see that? See how the cells are sticking out like that? And see how the tops are rounded more like a bullet shape is what a lot of people describe it like. Worker brood is not like that. See how sporadic it is as well? Different ages, different stages. That's not good. Not good at all. And this is a sign of a drone laying queen. Now, I know it's a drone laying queen and not laying workers because I saw the queen this morning. Now we've got to find her again. I probably should have yanked her immediately, but I didn't do it. It's in a rush. So this colony, even though it has potential to do a little bit of stuff, with the bees that it has, I mean, it's not like a lot of potential, but you know, you just hate to lose bees. And this was the first indication that I had. I pulled this frame first, and look at this. We got a queen cell here, and look at that royal jelly and a larvae down in there. That larva is just floating in nice royal jelly, but you know, even if that thing was produced, there's a very small chance that it's going to do anything for us. And do I necessarily want it after this queen's had issues? Not really. This is one of the ways that I deal with getting the junk out of the yard, is if I see a lot of chalk brood, if I see European foul brood, if I see issues like this, you're not allowed to reproduce in our yard. Your offspring doesn't get a chance, and by doing so, I think we've really done ourselves a lot of favors by eliminating problems throughout the years by just selecting from those that are easy keepers. Let me know if you see the queen, Laurel. Anyways, I'm just looking at all that drone brood right there, and they're pulling them out because they don't need those things. They're just going to waste resources, and this colony is going to dwindle if we don't do anything. I had a situation just like this last year, and what I did worked out very well, so we're going to do it again. Get out of the way, cat. You're going to get stung. Step on one of these bees. Well, they just don't take a liking to all that fur. Alright. Well, I'm not seeing her on this frame. Let's try the next one over. Get out of the way, cat. Stepped on it. If I had $1 for every time that thing was underfoot, I'd be on vacation right now. A little bit of robbing going on today. Nothing to naturally forage. There she is. There she is right there. And maybe when she came back, maybe the queen that I saw laying was replaced, and this one didn't get mated properly. They requeened again in the fall. I don't know. I didn't mark it when it happened, and that's a problem when you don't have a marked queen. You really don't know. So unfortunately, this queen has got to go. There's nothing we can do for this queen. This whole colony is going to be completely toast by spring if we don't do something about it. So we're going to be a lot more merciful than the bees would be, and just take her out. And you can stick her, and she's dead now. That's called the hive tool test right there. Michael Palmer's said that a few times, and so far no queen has survived the hive tool test. But it's a poor joke, but it's kind of funny in a way. But unfortunately, that is part of nature right there. You've got to do those things. now we can save these bees right here. They've made it this far. And, you know, I think with the help of what we're fixing to do, we're going to have a good shot. It worked last year for me. So what we have, and I put it in this nuke box here just to make it easier to move, but you know those TDN colonies, those temporary double nucleuses? That's where it's perfect that they were mating nukes, making queens for us. We winter them. If we have any issues like this, we have queens basically banked, young mated queens. So now we're gonna go in here and we're gonna yank these bees and we're gonna introduce them over here. Now the TDN was about 3 frames of bees, give or take. And I added a frame from another colony that had a lot of honey, just in case this one needs it. So I'm gonna smoke these bees a good bit. They have no queen. We're gonna pull out several of these frames. That has a lot of honey on it. So what we're gonna do, actually, is we're gonna pull out all that brood. I don't know scientifically if this makes sense or not, but to me, if they have no brood from the original queen, I think they're gonna be more willing to accept this other one. Plus, they don't need it anyways. So we're gonna yank all that drone brood out of there. And just shake those bees off. Look at that drone brood. How's the lighting, Laurel? Halfway decent? Yeah. It's just it's a shame, but there's nothing you can do about it. Got rid of those bees, so we need 4 frames worth. So we got 1, 2, 3. So we'll go ahead and yank this one too. Yeah, I've got a pretty good bit of foodstuffs. We'll maybe add that one later. See how the bees are coming unglued, running around, coming out of the box? Why are they doing that? The pheromones from all their brood is gone. The pheromones from the queen are gone. Pheromones are everything to honeybees. All right, let me bring this nuke in. And you're gonna see something that's gonna probably leave you scratching your head just a little bit. Don't worry, I did the first time too. We're just gonna stick this queen in here. Sorry about my talking today. I got some candy in my mouth and it's making me talk funny. So we're gonna stick this one right in here. Oh, look at that brood right there. That's what healthy brood could look like. Nice, flat. There's not a lot of brood, but there's some brood. That's going to really help introduce this queen. All right, there she is. Now she's a red dot queen. I know she's brand new, but I painted her red because I couldn't find my green marker. This year, coming year, I'm going to have a few extras. But she's laying really nice, especially for this time of the year and how small the colony. Laying really well. And you're thinking, Kamon, what in the world are you doing throwing a queen like that in there? I don't recommend you do this at all, because it is a high risk situation. However, I've done it before. I'm going to do it again. And then I'm going to show you the aftermath. We're going to come back later and we're going to show you that red dot queen. And hopefully everything should be balanced out. And with the brood that she has in there, her laying ability, and the honey that we're giving and the bees that we're adding, probably about 3 frames of bees, give or take. Not as much as I thought. We are going to be hopefully making this a nice, viable colony. And not just letting these bees dwindle into nothingness. Let's squeeze all of these together. Do you see any fighting right now? I don't see any fighting. That's one of the original frames. We'll scoot that over. Get off my finger. Whew, that is a lot of honey in this frame. The main thing is having a queen that's in the process of laying when you do this. This queen is laying eggs right now. That really helps. More than anything you can do is having a good smelling queen that's in the process of laying. It's easy to introduce a queen like that in comparison to a non-laying one. Plus, when she has bees that are spreading her pheromone around, that really helps the process as well. Sorry about the wind. You have all these bees that we just added that have that pheromone signature, and I just really think it works well. Now, you have to be really careful, and it doesn't always work, so you might want to keep an eye on it. And it's really better to probably go ahead and stick her in a cage with just a little bit of candy and let them get to her out about a day or two. You know, that's safer. But look at all these bees just hanging out like this. It's not hot. I mean, it's warm, but it's not that hot. They are completely unglued. All right, here's some more bees. Do you see any fighting going on in there? I don't think so. Man, I'm excited to show you guys what this is going to look like when we come back. I think between a little bit of TLC and a little bit of time, this is going to be a good colony. We'll see. I don't know. Get back in there, bees. All right, so I'm going to scoop all these bees back in there, smoke them in, and probably, I didn't bring any out here with me, doggone it, but I'm probably going to grab a little bit of sugar / pro sweet mix. We call them snowballs here. I'll show you about that later. You just chuck them down in there, and they really like them, and they eat them. It's kind of like a sugar brick. Sugar bricks work really good too. They just eat the snowballs a little quicker. And we'll stick that in there just to kind of help them out. When you're going through a big transition like this, a little bit of food makes everything better. So anyways, hey, I love food. What can I say? Oh, you got stung? I'm sorry. Anyways, I will talk to you all later. I'll keep you posted. Don't go away.